Have you ever wondered why one company seems to dominate the entire AI boom? As artificial intelligence reshapes industries, a massive hardware war is unfolding behind the scenes, with NVIDIA at the center and the rest of the world racing to catch up. In this video, I'm going to break down the AI hardware war, why NVIDIA holds such a powerful position, who its real competitors are, and whether that dominance can actually last. Understanding this battle is key to seeing where the future of AI is really headed. Before we jump in, if you want clear insights into technology, business battles, and the forces shaping the future, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss future videos. Why chips are the new oil? Think about everything that runs on electricity around you. Your phone, your car, traffic lights, hospital equipment, military drones. All of them need microchips to function. But not just any chips. We're talking about advanced chips, the kind that power AI systems like ChatGPT, self-driving cars, and facial recognition. These chips are incredibly hard to make. Creating a single chip requires over 1,000 steps and machines that cost hundreds of millions of dollars. The most advanced chips are measured in nanometers. We're now at 2 nanometers, which is about 50,000 times thinner than a human hair. To put that in perspective, if a 2 nanometer chip were the size of a football field, a human hair would stretch from New York to Los Angeles. Only a handful of companies in the world can produce these chips. And here's the scary part. 92% of the world's most advanced chips are made by one company, TSMC, and they're all made in Taiwan. If something happens to Taiwan, whether it's a natural disaster, a political crisis, or a military conflict, the entire global economy could collapse overnight. How NVIDIA became more powerful than countries. NVIDIA started as a company making graphics cards for video games back in 1993. For years, they were known mainly among gamers, but then artificial intelligence happened. Training AI models requires massive computing power, billions of calculations happening simultaneously, and NVIDIA's chips were perfect for the job. Their GPUs, originally designed to render graphics, turned out to be ideal for AI. Today, if you want to build ChatGPT, create a self-driving car, or develop military AI systems, you need NVIDIA chips. There's no alternative that comes close. This gives NVIDIA incredible power. The company is now worth over $3 trillion, making it one of the most valuable companies in human history. Countries are literally begging NVIDIA for chips. The US government needs them for weapons. China desperately wants them, but is blocked by export controls. Even tech giants like Microsoft, Google, and Amazon are competing for NVIDIA's limited supply. NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, has become one of the most powerful people on Earth. The race to break free from Taiwan. Every major power knows that depending on Taiwan for chips is a massive risk. That's why there's a global race to build chip factories called fabs outside of Taiwan. The United States is investing over $50 billion to bring chip manufacturing back home. Intel and TSMC are building massive fabs in Arizona. Europe is pouring billions into its own chip production. Even India and Japan are getting in the game. But here's the problem. Building a cutting-edge chip factory takes 5 to 7 years and costs around $20 billion. And even when these factories are built, they'll still be years behind TSMC's technology in Taiwan. It's not just about money, it's about expertise, supply chains, and decades of knowledge. China is trying to catch up too, but US sanctions are making it nearly impossible. America has banned NVIDIA from selling its best chips to China, and Dutch company ASML, which makes the machines needed to produce advanced chips, is also blocked from selling to China. It's economic warfare, and the weapon is technology. The world is splitting into two camps, those with access to advanced chips and those without. and the gap between them is growing every day. What happens if China invades Taiwan? This scenario is one of the most frightening possibilities for global leaders because it could destabilize the world in ways that go beyond military conflict. If China were to invade Taiwan, it would not be a simple regional skirmish. The consequences would ripple through the global economy, technology, and even international security. Taiwan is home to TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, which produces the majority of the world's most advanced computer chips. These chips are essential components for almost every modern technology, from smartphones and laptops to cars, airplanes, medical equipment, and AI systems. If TSMC's factories were destroyed, either by Chinese attacks during an invasion or deliberately by Taiwan's own military to prevent them from falling into enemy hands, the global supply of these critical chips would collapse almost instantly. The impact would be immediate and severe. Industries worldwide would come to a grinding halt. Electronics production would stop. Car factories would be unable to manufacture vehicles, and AI research and development could stall for months or even years. The resulting economic damage could be measured in trillions of dollars. In fact, some economists warned that the financial shock could be even greater than the 2008 global financial crisis. Because of this, some analysts describe Taiwan's semiconductor industry as a silicon shield. The logic is that Taiwan holds a unique and critical leverage point. The world needs its chips so desperately that major powers, particularly the United States, would be compelled to intervene to protect the island. This gives Taiwan a kind of deterrent power. Its very importance to the global economy may make a direct invasion too costly for China. However, this silicon shield is not invincible. China has the world's largest military in terms of sheer manpower and a rapidly advancing arsenal of modern weapons. It is also the second largest economy, giving it significant resources to absorb the economic and political consequences of an invasion. Chinese President Xi Jinping has repeatedly emphasized that reunification with Taiwan is inevitable, framing it as a matter of national pride and strategic importance. For China, controlling Taiwan may be considered worth enormous financial, diplomatic, and human costs. The future of the AI hardware war. The AI hardware war is just beginning. In the next decade, whoever controls the most advanced chips will control the future. AI will determine which countries have the best weapons, the strongest economies, and the most influence. Companies like NVIDIA aren't just selling products, they're selling power. Nations are stockpiling chips like they used to stockpile nuclear weapons. And just like the nuclear arms race, this new race could determine the fate of humanity. Some believe the solution is international cooperation. Share chip technology, spread manufacturing across multiple countries, reduce the risk of conflict. But history shows us that when something becomes this valuable, cooperation is rare. Competition and sometimes war is more likely. So what can you do? Stay informed, understand that the technologies shaping our future aren't just abstract concepts, they're physical objects made in specific places by specific companies, and those places and companies are now the center of global power struggles. The age of oil is over, the age of chips has begun, and the stakes have never been higher. When you step back and look at it, the AI revolution isn't just about software. It's about who controls the hardware powering it all. NVIDIA's lead is massive, but history shows that no tech empire stays unchallenged forever. I'm curious, do you think NVIDIA will maintain its dominance, or will another player disrupt the market? Share your thoughts in the comments. These discussions always lead to interesting perspectives. If this video helped you understand the high-stakes battle behind AI's rapid growth, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone interested in the future of technology and innovation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.